Yo, what is going on, guys? Digirex here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about which Titan subclass is best for Trials of the Nine. And since Trials is sitting around, you get this cute little low-level Titan gameplay. But that's besides the point. We still can do the video even without Trials gameplay. It's fine, it's fine. So I'm going to run through all the subclasses, tell you guys my opinion on them, and what their strong suits are in Trials of Osiris, and then we are going to determine which one is the best, just like a bunch of other videos I have done. I've done one on the Hunter subclasses, and I will do one on the Warlock subclasses. So let's get into this. So starting off with melees, melees don't matter too incredibly much, although the Striker, you get that nice little bonus damage, which can be good, especially since it's a 3-shot melee now in Destiny, and depending which way you go with Sentinel, you can actually get an overshield and give your teammates overshield, which I find to be really useful, especially because you really don't get in melee wars too much. And Sunbreaker, you can start to regain your health, but it's nothing like the Voidwalker's regain health. It's not as good because you don't regain it instantly. But for the melees, I definitely say Sentinel might be best, even Path the Defender, and of course you have Shoulder Charge, which is like an ability on all of them, and honestly, Shoulder Charge is just kind of nice on the Titan because to use it more as a movement ability more than like an offensive ability, because if you use it as a movement ability, you can get around corners really quick, you can escape in near-death situations really quickly. It is just a really nice ability to have, and I never really realized how nice it is, especially in Destiny 2, because your shoulder charge, you get it a lot faster. You don't have to run as far to actually start your like shoulder charge animation up, which is really nice. And then of course we have the grenades. So for Sunbreakers, I would honestly go with the Incendiary Nades. They seem kind of like the for sure best bet with Sunbreakers, just because, I mean, it allows you to be offensive, it allows you to be defensive. The Incendiary Nades can apply burn, which lets you see people through the walls while they're burning, which is super effective. I do enjoy that quite a lot, being able to see people through walls just because of their little damage tick. So that is extra nice. For Sentinel, I definitely would not recommend the Void Wall. I would probably go with Suppression, because Magnetic Grenades in D2 aren't very good either. They aren't a one-hit anymore, and they do take a little bit more skill to actually stick, which is a massive nerf to them, so I definitely would not go with them. I would probably go with Suppression Nades, just because once people are suppressed, they're a lot easier to push up on. I mean, they can't put down rifts, they can't throw grenades at you, and they don't have their melee ability, and of course they can't activate your super. So if you throw down a suppression nade close and you suppress a few enemies, you can call that out to your teammates, and it'll be pretty easy cleanup, and you do damage with them, so you'll have a weak, suppressed, pretty much crippled enemy that should be pretty easy to clean up with you and your teammates out there. And then for Striker, of course, we got lightning nades. We got flashbangs, but the one and only, the Pulse, of course, are the best. These things melt in PvE and PvP. They are absolutely ridiculous. They are insane, absolutely insane. A little bit too good if you ask me. But you throw one of these on top of somebody, super good. You throw one of these in an enemy healing rift, they can no longer use that rift just because the pulse grenade is doing so much damage on them. You can use them to cut off choke points. They have a pretty wide range of effect too. So these pulse grenades really do rip up the enemy team. They're super good. And on top of it, you can carry 2 of them, which is absolutely insane. And it's the only Titan subclass where you can carry 2 nades, which is really nice. So you get double nades. They do a ton of damage. They're super good for blocking chokes. They are super good for doing damage, getting enemies out of rifts, just all this good stuff. So yeah, Striker by far has the best grenades. Then of course another ability that all Titans have these days, just like Shoulder Charge, is your Barricade, and I would definitely recommend using the tall Barricade. It's just a little extra useful tool to protect your teammates from a hail of gunfire or cut off choke points, stuff like that. It can be useful, and for grabbing power ammo, you know, it can be pretty useful in Trials. You can save a teammate's life, you can get an easy grab on power ammo, stuff like that. But of course every subclass gets that, so we can't really compare them. But now moving to the Supas. So we're going to start with Sentinel on this one. just because Sentinel Super is really lackluster in PvP. It really doesn't do much in PvP, which is unfortunate. I mean, you can throw a shield and that might get a couple of kills, maybe one if you're accurate. But besides that, it's really hard to charge enemies with Sentinel, especially because you really don't get any extra movement speed, and even if you just like dash towards them, you really don't move too fast, so they can focus you down pretty quickly or run away, and you only get a shield throw every so often, so you can't really throw a shield after them if they run away. It's overall pretty doo-doo. So Sunbreaker is a little bit of a different story. Totally long range super. So you don't really have to get up close, so you don't have to worry about them really running away, because you can just throw a hammer into their back. So Sunbreaker is really a hit or miss for a super. If you're good with Sunbreaker, I've seen some amazing plays where people are just accurately hitting hammers like crazy. Super good Sunbreakers, and they destroy you. Of course, you do get a little bit of bonus armor with this, and it's still pretty easy to hit you because you have no really movement abilities. You just have your normal jump and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. So you're pretty easy to hit. I will say that you're really easy to hit still, although you do have that long range capability. And then of course with Striker, you can panic slam people, and then you still have that ability to run around, which is just insane because you can pick up 2 easy kills if they're next to each other, and then you still have a super to continue further into trials. So it's super good for things like offensive pushes and certain varieties like that. You can pick up a few easy kills with Striker. So overall, I'd say Striker Super is really good just because you get that initial slam, which will surprise people, and then you can keep going on, which will probably net you more super kills than any other one will. So guys, that was the video. I overall think Strikers, Grenades, and Super make this the most viable subclass. Then I'd say Sunbreaker, just because their super is decent, their grenades are decent, incendiary grenades are pretty good, and then I would say that Sentinel's pretty bad. Grenades aren't the best, they're kind of average. Super's pretty bad, melee's okay, but overall the grenades and the super of the Striker just make it a super awesome option. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, this is just my opinion. I think most of you guys will agree with it. Not that I laid out my points. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, subscribe for more For Honor, Overwatch, Destiny 2, Fortnite gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been Digirex. Peace.
And I'm open to mine, so we all need some time just to settle down. Won't you come around, cause I never can leave it alone. Talking about somebody rolling, boulevard dining, making it count for efforts I can't explain. Balling and feeling we drowning, never been humbled by playing the fighter.